established, Danton, mounting the tribune, cried out, "The soldiers fail, say you? Offer Paris an opportunity of saving France. Demand from her 30,000 men. Send them to Dumouriez, and not only is France saved, but Belgium is reassured and Holland is conquered." This proposition had been received with shouts of enthusiasm. Registers had been opened in all the sections, inviting them to gather in the evening. Places of public amusement were closed to avoid all distraction, and the black flag was hoisted at the Hôtel de Ville in token of distress. Before midnight, 35,000 names were inscribed on the registers. Only this evening, as it had before occurred in September, in every section, while inscribing their names, the enrolled volunteers had demanded that before their departure, the traitors might be punished. The traitors were, in fact, the counterrevolutionists who secretly menaced the revolution. But, as may be easily understood, the secret extended to all those who wished to get themselves to the extreme parties who at this period tore France. The traitors were the weaker party, as the Girondins were the weakest. The Montagnards decided that the Girondins must be the traitors. On the next day, which was the 10th of March, all the Montagnard deputies were present at the sitting. The Jacobins, armed, filled the tribunes after having turned out the women. The mayor presented himself with the council of the Commune, confirming the report of the commissioners of the Convention respecting the devotedness of the citizens, but repeating the wish unanimously expressed the preceding evening for a tribunal extraordinary appointed to judge the traitors. The report of the committee was instantly demanded with loud vociferations. The committee met immediately, and in 5 minutes afterwards they were informed by Robert Lindey that a tribunal would be formed, composed of 9 judges, independent of all forms and acquiring proof by every means, divided into 2 permanent sections and prosecuting, directly by order of the Convention, all those who were found guilty in any way of either tempting or misleading the people. This was a sweeping clause, and the Girondins, comprehending it would cause their arrest, rose en masse. "Death," cried they, rather than submit to the establishment of this threatened imposition. The Montagnards, in reply to this apostrophe, demanded the vote, in a loud tone. "Yes," replied Ferraud, "let us vote to make known to the world men who are willing to assassinate innocents under the mask of the law." They voted to this effect, and against all expectation, the majority decided. First, they would have juries. Second, that these juries should be of equal numbers in each department. Third, they should be nominated by the Convention. At the moment these 3 propositions received admission, loud cries were heard, but the Convention, accustomed to receive occasional visits from the populace, inquired their wishes, and were informed in reply it was merely a deputation of enrolled volunteers who, having dined at the Halle au Blé, demanded to be permitted to display their military tactics before the Convention. The doors were opened immediately, and 600 men armed with swords, pistols, and pikes, apparently half intoxicated, filed off amidst shouts of applause and loudly demanded the death of the traitors. "Yes," replied Collot d'Herbois, addressing them, "yes, my friends, we will save you, you and liberty, notwithstanding their intrigues." These words were followed by an angry glance toward the Girondins, which plainly intimated they were not yet beyond reach of danger. In short, the sitting of the Convention terminated, the Montagnards scattered themselves amongst other clubs, running first to the Cordeliers and then to the Jacobins, proposing to place the traitors beyond the reach of the law by cutting their throats the same night. The wife of Louvet resided in Rue Saint-Honoré, near the Jacobins. She, hearing these vociferations, descended, entered the club, and heard this proposition, then quickly retraced her steps and warned her husband of the impending danger. Louvet, hastily arming himself, ran from door to door to alarm his friends, but found them all absent. Then, fortunately ascertaining from one of the servants that they had gone to Pétion's house, he followed them there. He found them quietly deliberating over a decree which ought to be presented on the morrow, and which by a chance majority they hoped to pass. He related what had occurred, communicated his fears, informed them of the plot devised against them by the Cordeliers and Jacobins, and concluded by urging them on their side to pursue some active and energetic measure. Then Pétion rose, calm and self-possessed as usual, walked to the window, opened it, and then extended